yes, yes, yes. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, seventh grade. Hello, seventh grade. Hello, 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 hello. So, hello, what's up? What's up? I see Daniel. See, looks like that's Norel. Hello, what's up? Katana, how are you? How is everybody? We are April the 20th, 2020. Even in quarantine, things are going quite fast, I would think. Maybe not, maybe so. Who knows? I guess it's personal belief, but anyways, I'm going to talk a little bit about expressions only because we deal with expressions all the time. All the time we deal with expressions. Hello, hello everybody. Hello. Yes, 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 yes. So, what I want to start out with and when I talk, this is going to be, when I get into this here, it's going to be talking with topic four out of the packet you guys received. I'm going to talk topic four today and get more into the packet tomorrow. Those of you who have kind of, uh, who have kind of seen me, seen me go through everything here on the sixth grade stream, it's going to kind of be similar with the way I'm going to do things here. This is Hopi. Hi, Hopi. Hi. So, what's up? What's up, Nick? What's up, everybody? It's good to see you guys. Good to see you guys, or at least digitally or something like that. I want to kind of get into something here real quick, and then we'll get into the information from the packet. Um, Let me get into my internet does some really interesting stuff. Did I get into the right thing? Probably not. Yeah, I did. Okay. So I want to start out with a problem-based question here. And again, I'll do this, then I'll get into the packet. I won't take too much time on this, but I kind of have to set the table for what we're going to be what we're going to be talking about, which is about expressions, adding expressions, subtracting expressions, all that kind of good stuff. Um, Take a look at what you see here. See this, the Smith family took a 2-day road trip. It says and they say here that on the second day they drove, and it says 34 the distance. That should not be 34 the distance. That is 3/4 the distance they traveled on the first day. Evidently, they don't know how to use spell check or any type of thing there. That is 3/4 the distance they traveled on the first day. So, what is a possible distance they could have traveled over the 2 days? Is there more than one possible distance? More than one possible distance, and it tells you to justify your response. So, here's the thing: if we come up with an expression here, and we say, well, on that first day. So if we look at the question, we say they took a 2-day road trip. So we're doing two things here. We're adding two parts up. And yes, I pointed to nothing here, but we're adding two parts. The first day distance. The first day distance, we don't know. We don't see anything. We don't see anything about how much that they traveled on the first day. It's unknown. It's an unknown distance that they traveled on that first day. So when we take this and we add it to that second day distance, which is 3/4 the distance they traveled on the first day, which is 3/4 the distance they traveled on the first day. If you guys remember from talking about expressions and talking about adding and subtracting, to verbally talk it out helps out a tremendous amount. To actually verbally kind of say it as you're writing it, at least in my instance too, that helps. It helps to do that because when you verbalize it, you're able to sit here. What's up, Tristan? When you verbally are able to sit here and say this, it helps you to put it into the mind and say, well, okay. Like for me, how I just did this, well, I say that The Smith family took that 2 days. So you know you're adding two things up here. It's a 2-day road trip. Again, what's the distance they could have traveled over 2 days? Again, you don't know that first day distance. That first day distance. That is first day. And for the second part, it's that second day. You don't know. You don't know what this is. Well, if I were to ask you and say, well, what is x plus 3/4 x? You can add those expressions together. You're adding two different expressions is what you're doing here. Not if you guys don't realize that or not. 1x plus 3/4 x should give you 1 3/4 x. 1 3/4 x. So the question tells you, and it says, well, what's the distance they could have traveled over the 2 days? Here's the fun part about math. You can sit here and you can say, you can give them some form, some distance that they traveled on the first day. Let's say they traveled 300 miles. 300 miles on that first day. If they travel 300 miles on that first day, we could then substitute that into our little expression here. We can substitute that into our little expression here. If 300 equals x, what did they travel in total? And I'm going to kind of try to nestle this in here and say, well, what is 3/4 times 300? What's 1 3/4 times 300? And those of you who are mathematically with your calculators in front of you will find out that this will give you 525 miles total. Miles total. Again, I know it's a lot of writing on that, but again, it's just kind of showing you. I mean, you ever get a question that tells you, well, is there what's a possible distance? Well, in this instance, is there more than one possible distance? Yeah, I mean, they could have traveled 50 miles. They could have traveled 200 feet on that first day, for all you know. I mean, it's really just trying to show you that you can take an unknown variable and then add that expression of saying, well, they drove 3/4 of that full distance. Okay, kind of makes sense. I know it's kind of different to explain this way, but I hope it kind of somewhat makes a little bit of sense there. But with that being said, I'm going to get into the Blizzard packets right there. A nice little Blizzard packet term. I'll give you guys a second to open that, and I'm going to go into again topic 4. Topic 4, and bear with my nauseating ride down here on this. Get myself set up as well. Still here, just kind of bringing up what I need to here. I want to go specifically right now to 4-6 and 4-7. Those of you who were with me last Tuesday, I started to go over topic 1, kind of explain this stuff to you. Again, for those of you who weren't here, just know that to the left here, it gives you a quick review. This is supposed to go over at least a majority of the stuff that we've kind of gone through throughout the year, at least to some point. Obviously, we didn't use every single thing because we're out at March 13th or whatever it was. But gives you a review of everything as well as an example of what we're looking for here. So we talk about adding and subtracting expressions. Let me clear my screen. Here. Okay. So let's look at number one. We look at number one and we see 5.2c minus 7.35 plus negative 3.9c plus 2.65. The great thing about adding expressions is that with this here, you can rearrange the terms here. You can rearrange the different parts of these two expressions so that it makes it a little easier for you to see. Again, you want to combine your terms. So when you take 5.2c and you add negative 3.9c or subtract 3.9c, that's going to give you 1.31 1.3c, and then you have your other part, which is negative 7.35 plus 2.65, and when you add those two together, that should give you a negative or minus 4.7. So what I hope that you see here, that is 1.3c minus 4.7 should be your answer right there. Again, you combine your like terms. You combine your like terms. You combine your like terms to get your answer there. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Let's clear this. I want to scroll down slightly. When we have change of color, so let me change the color here. So when we are subtracting two expressions here, there is one aspect that we have to be able to do, and it's going to make a whole heck of a lot better sense once you do this. If I have a negative sign, that's in front of parentheses, I myself, kind of not to write over too much, I want to rewrite this minus 5. I want to change this minus sign to an addition, and then what we call distribute that minus sign to the other parts of the other parts we see here. So what it ends up being here, it becomes adding positive 5, and then the 9y turns into being a minus 9y, and then the minus 8x becomes plus 8x. And I know it kind of looks a little messy from what you see here, but again, then once you do this, you're combining your like terms. 8x plus 6x is 14x. That's an x. Is 14x. Right, exactly, thing. I mean, it's again, it's personal preference. I mean, you can be able to do you can be able to do both ways. Yeah, I mean, personal preference. Good point. Good point. And so, I think that's what you're talking about there, using your addition and then having, instead of saying minus 2y minus 9y, now you have adding negative 11y. I apologize for the mess on that here. Minus 11y minus 11y and minus 5 and plus 5 cancel themselves out. So your final answer is 14x minus 11y. Yeah, I mean, that's, again, personal preference with that. I always like to, if there's that minus sign in front of the parentheses, I change it to an addition and then distribute that minus sign to the three that are within the parentheses. again, how if you, I'm one to always leave things as, you know, you're adding a negative sign instead of having to deal with subtraction. It's just, again, preference. It's what makes it easiest for you. Okay. Put a subtraction sign on the last question. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Nathaniel, you mean this? You mean this right here? I know we're on a delay. Let me clear this real quick. Nathaniel, you're talking about this one right here. I'll give you a second to I'll give you a second to and YouTube's on a little bit of a delay. So you're talking about that one right there for number one. Just kind of give me a little thing in the chat. Yeah, if yeah, in that right there, in this right here, technically, I mean, you want to be really technical about it. The way when you add two expressions here, so when you're this is considered you're adding two different expressions. Technically, you can take those two parentheses and just get rid of them. I mean, because you're dealing with addition, it really can be almost rewritten as just kind of saying, well, 5.2c minus, and again, my garble here, plus negative 3.9c plus 2.65. There we go. Again, let me, if you can read that, yeah, 10 out of 10, so smart. But yeah, I mean, yeah, you can take those parentheses and just get them out when you're dealing with addition, because what ends up happening here, you use your commutative property. You use your commutative properties to be able to move these around. That's why addition is always such a great thing to deal with. Um, that's why with number two here, it works that same way. It works the same way where you change this to an addition sign and then distribute the negative to all three parts of this. When you distribute that negative, then you can drop the parentheses and just combine your like terms. But yeah, that's a good question. Very good question. Very good question. I hope that makes sense. Let me know. Let me know in the chat there. Let me get to number three here. Okay, let me get to number three. So when we look at number three, we see last week, Jean ran two fewer than 4M miles. Two fewer than 4M miles. This week, she ran 0.5 miles more than last week. So 0.5 miles more than last week. And again, we write and simplify an expression for the total number of miles Jean ran in the 2 weeks. There's two parts to this, everybody. Everybody. Two parts to this here. First week. Last week. Last week, Jean ran two fewer than 4M miles. The expression that you get if she's running two fewer than 4M miles, well, that would be 4M minus 2. Okay, that's last week. This week, change the color here real quick. This week, she ran 0.5 miles more than last week. So you're going to add what she did that last week plus 0.5. Because in that instance, if she's running in that second week, she runs 0.5 miles more than last week, well, it's a total cumulative amount. It's a cumulative amount. You're adding those up. You're adding those up right there. This right here, Nick, is in topic 4. So this is topic 4. I'm in 4-67, whatever that is there. 4.6, 4.7. It's about adding and subtracting expressions. Okay. Again, from there, and this goes back to Nathaniel. This goes back to what you were saying with number one on that. With number one, how you see with this, you can then take the, you can drop the parentheses. You can do the same thing right here because you're adding two of these here. You can drop the parentheses and just start combining your like terms. 4m plus, so 4m plus 4m is going to give us 8m. That's 8m. If I get a minus 2 or a negative 2 plus a negative 2, I'm going to get a negative 4. And then you're left with your plus 0.5. So negative 4. So negative 4 plus 0.5 plus positive 0.5. I'm going to draw a little line up here just to give some room. Will give you your final answer of 8m plus negative 3.5. And that right there is the expression for how many miles she ran in the 2 weeks. You're taking that expression for the first week and then adding it to the expression for the second week. So you're adding that expression for the first week, adding that to the expression for the second week. It should be 4-6 or 7. It should be right here. 4, 6, and 4, 7. Okay, that was to net. 4, 6, and 4, 7 on that. Okay. Again, I mean that's adding, subtracting expressions, kind of curled up in a nice little figurative ball right there. Again, those are the easiest way of just saying things is that when you're adding two expressions, you literally are basically just combining like terms in that kind of way of, the easy way of doing things, the way you want to make it as simple for yourself as possible. Because there you go. Okay. Let's see what else we can get here. Got a couple minutes. Minutes. Yeah, 4, 6, 4, 7. 4, 6, and 4, 7. Any questions with all that? Yeah, Nick, you should have 4, 6, and 4, 7. It's all right up here. Okay. You should be talking about adding and subtracting expressions. Any questions with that, guys? Let me know. Let me know in the chat here if there's any questions. I don't want to get into something else here and have to cut it off, but everybody doing okay? I mean, how's everybody doing? Let me know. Let me know. Talk to me here. Talk to me. A different thing here. I hope everybody's doing okay. I mean, it's at least now it's not snowing outside. That was quite the unwelcome surprise last week where I look out my back window and it was like oh, there's a half an inch of snow on the ground or whatever it is, because I'm here in Trumbull County, so we had a little bit more of snow that came down. And I was like, oh, that's like ridiculous. Tired, yeah. I hear you. I know. I mean, the way, just to kind of give you guys a little dive into this. I mean, the reason to go through. I say, I'd like to do this to just get this done and get this going, so that I mean, I'm a person where I like to just get this stuff done and get it going so you can enjoy the rest of my day. I mean, that's the reason we do it at this time. I know I also have a small child at home, so it's kind of interesting. Like I said, I hope all okay. That's good. Today's my dad's birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Yes. The good news with this is that tomorrow we'll go through more of this stuff. I'll get straight into more of the Blizzard Pack stuff, just so we can kind of make some progress. Those who weren't with me last Tuesday, I did go through like a lot of the section 1, I believe. So I was picking and choosing different things to go through. That's a lot of the easier stuff. We do start getting into like adding, subtracting expressions here, stuff that's a little bit more complex. But like I said, hope everything's going good. If you have any questions with anything, just reach out. Reach out, let me know. Again, same time tomorrow. We'll go more through a lot of this Blizzard this packet of stuff. Um, I'll try to you know kind of get right into it just so you can get a good start on this so you can kind of take this week to week or however long this is going to be. Um, yeah, my thoughts exactly. So again, hope everything's going good. Any questions, reach out. With that being said, I hope you all have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. See you.